All right, today we're diving into a book that is, and I'm not exaggerating, a bombshell for the world of quantitative finance. It's Advances in Financial Machine Learning by Marcos López de Prado. At its core argument, that a huge number of quant strategies are basically built on a statistical house of cards. We're going to break down how. Let's get into it.
Now, just let that sink in for a second. That statement should make anyone in finance stop in their tracks. De Prado is basically saying that the backtest, the holy grail for quants, the one tool everyone trusts, is actually the source of our biggest illusions. This isn't some small technical quibble. It's a direct shot at how the entire industry does its research.
So, what is this great illusion he's talking about? Well, it's the idea that the main problem in quant finance is that we just don't have enough data, or that we need even fancier math. De Prado's whole point is no, that's not it at all. The real issue is much, much deeper. It's that the very way we build and test our models is broken right from the start. And this right here, this is the massive mindset shift the book is calling for. We're being asked to go from this default setting of, hey, the backtest looks great, let's ship it, to, hold on, that beautiful backtest is probably lying to me. The idea that more data doesn't just automatically make your model better, or that adding complexity can actually make you more wrong, that's a complete 180 from how many people in the industry think. Okay, so if these models look so good on paper, why do they so often blow up when real money is on the line? It's not just random market chaos or a string of bad luck. The real culprit is something much sneakier, something hiding deep inside the research process itself. And here we go. This is the absolute heart of the argument. The biggest, most dangerous enemy isn't the market being unpredictable. It's overfitting. You see, the problem isn't just making a bad prediction. The real danger is being incredibly confident that you're right, when all your model has really done is get an A+ in memorizing the random static of the past. And that's what makes this so terrifying. We're not just talking about losing money, which is bad enough. We're talking about a profound intellectual mistake. It's the risk of building your entire castle on a cloud, basing your whole investment thesis on a statistical ghost that just vanishes in a puff of smoke the second the market gets real. So you have to be wondering, right? If overfitting is this big, scary monster, why does everyone keep falling into its trap? Are all these incredibly smart quants just careless? Well, De Prado says no. It's not about bad researchers. It's about a bad system. The weapon of choice for this bad system is something called data snooping. Think of it like this. If you test thousands of different trading ideas on the same historical data, statistics basically guarantee that a few of them will look like pure genius just by random chance. So when you find that perfect strategy and it fails in the real world, it wasn't bad luck. It was inevitable. You just found a fluke. Okay, so we've diagnosed the disease, and it sounds pretty bleak, but here's the good news. The book doesn't just spend all its time pointing out the problems, it actually gives us a toolkit to fight back, a set of tools to protect ourselves from ourselves. First up, we've got to fix how we test things. The standard method, cross-validation, has this fatal flaw in finance. It assumes every data point is independent, like a coin flip. But market data isn't like that. This leads to something called leakage, where your model accidentally gets a little peek at the future. It's like letting a student see the answer key before the test. De Prado's method creates these firewalls in the data, with purged and embargoed periods to make absolutely sure the test is fair. Next is a really brilliant idea called meta-labeling. Instead of building one giant clunky model that tries to do everything, you split up the work. You have one simple model that just finds a potential trade. It raises its hand and says, hey, maybe we should buy here. Then you bring in a second, smarter meta model that looks at that suggestion and decides, okay, is now actually a good time to pull the trigger? It's a two-step verification that adds a crucial layer of sanity checking. But let's say you do all that. You've got a great signal, you've tested it properly, you're using meta-labeling, you can still blow up your account. Why? Because finding an edge is only half the battle. The other, and arguably more important half, is figuring out how much to bet. And let this one really sink in. Position sizing destroys more accounts than bad entries. I mean, think about that for a second. You can be right about the market, you can have a great signal, and you can still go completely broke because you bet the farm at the wrong moment. How much you put on the table is often more important than the idea itself. So how do you decide how much to risk? De Prado is adamant that this cannot be a gut feel thing. It's not about feeling good about a trade. No, it has to be scientific. He pushes for rigorous mathematical methods like the Kelly criterion or systematic drawdown control. These are frameworks designed to take your emotion completely out of the equation and enforce a disciplined, repeatable approach. Now, when you start putting all these pieces together, the better testing, the meta-labeling, the scientific bet sizing, you realize this isn't just a collection of new techniques. What's really emerging here is a whole new philosophy for how to approach quantitative investing, one built on rigor and, maybe most importantly, humility. This table just lays it all out so clearly. It's about a shift away from worshiping beautiful backtests and towards an obsession with error control. It's about replacing that naive optimism with a healthy dose of radical skepticism. And it's about ditching this cult of complexity for what you could call mathematical humility, a real understanding of what your models can and cannot do. And that really is the message of the whole book. The ultimate edge in financial markets isn't having some crystal ball that predicts the future. It's having the intellectual honesty and the discipline to build a process that protects you from your own biases. It's about not fooling yourself. I think we'll end on this quote because it perfectly captures the spirit of the book. The goal isn't just to build a smarter model, it's to become a smarter investor by first understanding all the clever ways a model can lie to you. In a world chasing ever more complexity, maybe the real, lasting advantage is just a profound commitment to telling yourself the truth. And that's a powerful idea.